Hey guys, welcome back to another video. A couple weeks ago I made a video of like 5 sketchbook tips for beginners or like for anyone who uses sketchbooks regularly, just to like help out and have some inspiration that way. But I also realized that, like myself, a lot of people are like visual learners or they learn by example. So I thought doing a little like draw with me session, implementing some of those tips would be super helpful to you guys and a great follow-up to that video. So let's get to it. I have some ideas. Feel free to draw along with me as I fill this out. And yeah, I feel like with my new standing desk, it feels like I'm like going up to a bar. Like, hey, come here often. Yeah, very smooth. I think in this draw with me we'll be drawing some plants. Yes, nature. I recently went to a couple nurseries with my boyfriend, and because we're trying to find a plant for my desk, something easy for me to take care of and something that I won't kill immediately, so we're still looking around. He might be propagating a plant for me, so in the meantime, I will be studying his own plants and learning more about them through painting and drawing them. So let's get into it. So I just spent the last couple minutes like writing down all my boyfriend's plants, and we have them all right here. I highlighted the ones that I was like interested in doing. So we have the philodendron micans, aka Paloma, Syngonium podophyllum, Pink Splash, and then he names personally Pretty Patrick. And then we have the Epipremnum aureum, which his name for it is Lemon Hope, which I thought was really cute, and I really like the shape of that plant and the fullness of it. And then we also have the Hedera Helix, which he named Herbert West, and I kind of just want to honor that plant because he was explaining the whole story of how he was trying to salvage that plant and now he's trying to propagate it to save it. And I kind of want to draw the plant to kind of like inspire and encourage the plant and honor him and his struggles to remain alive. So I'm gonna go like make a Pinterest board of each type of plant so we can study it a bit and then get some references of his actual plants. Okay, so I just spent this morning going through Pinterest and like doing some quick warm-ups in my own sketchbook, but I gathered some reference for the plants that I want to use, as well as some like illustration and painting inspiration for like the type of style I want to experiment and layering and color palettes that I really like, as well as like some like cat images and some cat illustrations, because I think the idea of like this bright orange cat with these like green plants would be super cute, as well as some like Reanimator inspired stuff. I have an idea for one of the plants to like make it super like Mountain Dew green, have like a syringe sticking out of it, so we'll see how that goes. I have no idea if it'll work, but that's what sketchbooks are for, just testing stuff out and just having fun and exploring ideas. I did do some like warm-ups this morning I was studying some gladiolus flowers, which are like sword lilies, I think that's what they're called, and just experimenting with how I render it out, how I color it, how I'm layering the gouache, because I'm not used to using my gouaches as much these days. So just having fun with that this morning, and yeah. I think we're gonna start with using some colored pencil on top of these quick warm-ups to get my hand ready, and then we'll get started on the plants. So let's do it. Yeah, like I said, I think I'm gonna start off just taking some colored pencils to this one first as like another quick warm-up before getting into the greens. But yeah, I'm using the Prismacolor color pencils for this. I think I'm going to use like this Tuscan red to lay on top of it because it's really nice. I used it for the cats on this and I really liked how it turned out, so we're gonna do this. We might take this purple as well. I think it's a mulberry color, so yeah, might do that as well. So but yeah, I kind of like with the colored pencil, as I was noticing with the cats, it really helps to get like more of like an illustrated like line work look, and I just like to chop the painterly gouache with the colored pencil. But I feel like I have this tendency to kind of like overwork and add too much line and not let enough of the general paint like breathe. So I kind of want to be careful with this gladiolus and see if I can get like a nice balance. Also, I'm like not used to talking while I draw, but this morning I was on a call with my boyfriend and I was doing like these gladiolus studies, and we were just chatting and I was just talking about silly stuff, and I found myself getting more used to like speaking while I'm like creating. I know it's not like optimal for like best like focus and stuff, but it is doable. And I do like sessions where you like draw with friends and you're just chatting and just making art, and I hope this video is kind of like that. It's definitely like a goal of mine to like, if I like get my own place or maybe have more, a little bit more lenience with my time to like try and actually like grow some of these plants. I feel like they look really pretty. I don't know if they would like survive in Florida with like the intense heat, but I'm sure someone's figured it out. Or maybe like keep them indoors or something like that. But yeah, right now I'm kind of just like deepening some of the shadows, trying to get some of those ridges into the flowers, because I noticed that they have these ridges. Yeah, I can like barely see. And yeah, I'd love to do like more like actual gouache pieces in the future, but right now I feel like I'm leaning towards really learning how to like digitally color my like drawings in like a cohesive way. But I do feel like using traditional supplies and figuring how to color this way kind of lends itself to digital coloring, because it's like the same thing. Like I started off with this like base yellow layer and then built up the color, kept on getting darker and darker. And now I'm into that phase where you're just like rendering out and looking at the small details and trying to get them in there. They also have like these little, I can't remember what it's called. Is it like is something with the pollen? A third grade science, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like the flower pollen part. Like the male part of the flower, I think that's what it is. That they have these little, I want to say like, no, that doesn't sound right. I don't know. But yeah, they have these things. And and I'm using this white, okay. And I'm using this white jelly roll pen just to do those little bits. Actually, I'm gonna look it up real quick. This is bothering me. Is it the stamen? I think it's the stamen. The stamen. Yeah, that sounds right. I was about to say like Sigma, but like I knew that wasn't correct. I know it started with an S, but yeah, I'm just adding those in. This jelly roll. I kind of don't want to mess with them further. I knew I said like I would render it out more with colored pencil, but I kind of like how like the paint looks just in general. Kind of just lineless. And obviously it's like not finished, but I wasn't planning on like finishing it out since it's just in my sketchbook. But yeah, with the sketchbook tips video and this video, I just kind of wanted to show more an example of how I usually use my sketchbook actually in action. I think it ties back to like what your goals are as an artist, as well as like drawing your surroundings, because I was experiencing a lot of plants over in Orlando, looking at all the nurseries, and also the boyfriend having a lot of plants in his apartment, so I was just getting inspired and just wanting to incorporate more of these floral and plant-like elements into my work. But yeah, I kind of don't want to mess with this further. Like this, it looks good. I mean, maybe we could like scribble in the stem real quick. I think this is apple green color. But yeah, there's something about kind of just leaving some things unfinished that I don't know, I kind of learned this in like college, but just leaving it unfinished kind of has like a magical, not magical, but like a mysterious or more expressive look to it, which I really like. But also then again, in the same breath, I'm like, oh, I want to create more finished work and like have like more like cohesive, like solid way of drawing. But yeah. Okay. I kind of just want to leave it. I like how it looks. And also these cats. I really like how this cat turned out, not so much this one. I feel like the proportions of the head are a little weird, but I don't know, this one's cute, so I definitely need to practice drawing cats. I used to draw cats like all the time as like a preteen because I was like super into warrior cats. Yeah, but me and the boyfriend were like reminiscing this morning about warrior cats, and it really made me want to draw some of the characters that I really liked. If you guys were into it, comment down below like your favorite character or something, or like favorite book. Okay, yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it like that. I like how it looks, and I think I'm just itching to paint the actual plant, so let's get into it. I think I'm gonna sketch with I sketched these flowers out with just like a regular ballpoint pencil, and the acrylic gouache kind of like covered it up quite a bit. So I might either do this or this dark green color because it'd be cool underneath. But then also I was thinking, sorry, I'm like so indecisive. I have a lot of ideas. Okay, we could go, a lot of artists use like a red pencil to like do their underdrawing. This Cool Erase color pencil, I think it's Carmine Red. I really like it, and I feel like it would kind of be interesting to see it interact with like green paint and stuff like that, and it's easier to erase and cover up. So I think I want to go with this. But yeah, and I don't have any sort of plan for like how I want to lay out. I kind of just like go with the flow and just figure out what I want to do as I do it. Like I was saying, my sketchbooks, they really aren't as planned out. I kind of just use them for studies that like I want to like incorporate in my future work. So I kind of just, it's kind of like a train of thought. Like I'm just like following one thought after the other, and then pretty soon I just have like this whole spread of like plants. I mean, that's the goal. And hopefully at least some of them turn out well. I'm not having any high expectations, so we're just here to have fun and just figure out how to draw some plants. Okay, I think, where's my list? I have a list. Oh no, where's my list? Here it is. Okay, so I think I picked out, I want to do the philodendron micans, the syngonium podophyllum, the pink splash, which will be on like the pink paper, and then the epiprenum aurum, which is also called the neon pothos, as I was told this morning, and then the Hedera helix, which is the Herbert West one. So let's just start out with the philodendron micans since it's the first one. Okay, so we have our references up. I'm just gonna start sketching. So I don't know if I want to do it potted or just study the leaves. I think it might be helpful to just study the leaves. Yeah, there's like, we can start off easy with just like the single leaf that I'm seeing as a reference. The philodendron micans, it's kind of like this heart-shaped leaf, and there's like a little bit of red or orange, I don't know how to classify it, kind of throughout the leaf. Actually, it's more full. I hope this is showing up. Oh, it's showing up a little bit on camera, but yeah, so just a light sketch, just trying to figure out the shape, trying to just plan out what I want to do. It has this the stem and the other stem going to another leaf. I kind of like how all these planes of a leaf are intersecting in the reference, so I kind of want to exaggerate that more. I feel like it's like great to like use references, but it's also kind of cool to kind of just like go off on your own, like take what you see and be like, hey, we could exaggerate that more, and then it becomes like more of your own. And I think that's where the real specialness comes into play. As artists, we can kind of just take what we see and, I don't know, make it whatever we want it to be, which is cool. So there's like these veins coming out of it. So yeah, there's the philodendron mican sketch. I think I'm just gonna sketch everything out that I want to, and then go on to the next one. Let's do, where's my list? I keep on losing my list. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah. The Syngonium podophyllum, which is the pink splash version, which I want to use this paper for. Also, I have like this pink paper that my boyfriend made me, and I'm like, I really want to use it for one of the plants. So I'm thinking maybe like landscape. It'd be fun to draw it in a landscape form. Yeah, for the pink splash, I kind of want it to be landscape on this paper and kind of like, you know, like splashing out as the name suggests. So I think the pot that my boyfriend keeps his pink splash in is really cute. So I want to like keep the same pot, but I'm going to be referencing other plants for it. So yeah, he has like this really nice green handled pot that I really like. I'm going to try and paint it. This paper is quite thin, so I don't know how well the gouache is going to hold up on it. Definitely doing like thicker applications would be the best. There's like this really nice negative space that's happening with the actual like form of the pot and then the handle, so I really want to make sure to accentuate that. But yeah, and then we'll have the plant coming off. Okay. I definitely think this one won't be realistic because I feel like the amount of leaves I want shooting out of this would probably not be healthy for this size pot and this size plant that I'm thinking about painting in it. But it's a drawing, anything can happen. I'm looking more for design elements than reality, so. Yeah, and like this sketching stage, I'm like, it's kind of like the most important, but also like I'm just like vibing, but it's mainly just to figure out like either composition and form and structure and shape most of all. I'm not really going into more details because I know that I will be putting in those details as I'm painting. So okay, that's the sketch for the pink splash. I know it's kind of hard to see because it's like red on pink, but I like it, and it'd be cool to like paste it in and have it part. Maybe like even coming out of that pink paper, that'd be really cool. Maybe, we'll see, because I have like 2 other plants to draw. And then we have the neon pothos. Let's go get some references for that. He has like a really fluffy looking one, and I really like the look. So I think I'm gonna lean more into the reality of what he has. I'm kind of thinking it'd be cool to put it just right here, and then maybe we could get another. What was this called again? Oh, the philodendron micans. Yeah, maybe another one right here. Yeah, we can put the fluffy one right here. Oh, I also wanted to add a cat. Maybe right here. Just add a little cat right there. Yeah, because I know this plant is gonna be like really fluffy, so it'll take up a lot of space. And the cat could be somewhere in this area. And then for the Herbert West plant, I feel like it would make most sense. Actually, we might make the cat. I gotta change my mind. We're gonna put the cat like over here somewhere. Yeah. Just so cat has enough room, and I kind of compositionally think having the Herbert West plant right here would be really nice. Okay, These sketches probably look like nothing, but like, don't worry, I have a plan. Let me cook for a bit, and then, I don't know, or else all of it fails, and then, but that's what like sketchbooks are for, like they're there for failing, or at least that's how I use my sketchbook. So I don't have any expectations. I don't know how it's gonna turn out, but I'm gonna have fun in the meantime and learn how to draw these plants. Okay, let's get this neon pothos sketched out real quick. Yeah, he has like this really beautiful one, so I kind of want to honor it in the best way I can. Super full. I think it's always my favorite one to like look at because it's just so bright and glowy. And there's like a time of day where the sun is like, there's like a giant monstera outside the window, and there's a time of day where, especially if it's windy, the monstera is moving, so it's kind of like dappling this light over the plants, and it's really cool. Also, if you guys are drawing anything, or if you're drawing plants as well, watching this video, I'd love to see them, so you could like tag me on Instagram. Okay, this looks like an absolute mess, but trust me, trust the process. Maybe, I don't know. So I might try and like make the base a little wider and kind of shorten it a bit, because like there's this pocket of empty space right there. I don't know, we'll figure it out when we're painting. Since I'm a painter, I kind of like leave all the heavy lifting to the painting, especially if I'm like painting in my sketchbook. So let's just try and get through like these sketches and have what we want planned out. So I think I'm just gonna like time lapse these other sketches, and then I'll meet you for the starting the painting.
Because then you can like share with people and mojito. Take a swig of the mojito.
Yeah, I think I always have trouble with getting the proportion of cats' faces, because I'm like, how wide do I make the eyes apart? How big are their foreheads? And obviously like it varies across like different cat breeds. It'd be cool to kind of have that paw. See, like I didn't exactly plan this out, but it would be cool to have that paw kind of like going on top of that leaf. Okay, that's not a good paw. That was my eraser. It'd be cool to have that paw going out over that leaf. As I'm doing these plants, I think I want to start off with maybe like a yellow. Oh, by the way, I'm using Holbein acrylic gouache. So it's more, you can layer it more since it has more of like that acrylic quality to it. But I think I'm gonna start off with doing a lot of these things. I'm not sure. Maybe we do an underpainting of a pink or a yellow. I did yellow underpainting for the gladiolas. I really like how that looks. Maybe I'll do one of them. Okay, I'll do the Mycans with a pink underpainting, because it kind of has like a warmer undertone, so I'm gonna get that in. So I'm just taking a bit of the magenta, and then I'm gonna do kind of like a light wash. I definitely want to experiment with like new gouache. Something that doesn't dry as quickly, kind of more like true gouache sort of. So if you guys have recommendations for that, I'd really appreciate it. But yeah, just trying to cover it up. This paper, I'm using the Art Creation Talens Art Creation Sketchbook, and it's definitely not built for wet media. I'm kind of just like overriding that and not caring. But yeah, it definitely, if I put opaque paint on top, it holds, like I was showing with the flower paintings. But I think my next sketchbook should definitely be mixed media paper, since I want to use more color in my sketchbooks to plan for future pieces and have that ability to do that, especially if I'm doing more traditional pieces. So yeah, just getting in that pink. I don't know how it's gonna turn out and how it's gonna mesh with the other colors, but that's kind of like the whole point. I'm just messing around, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't. I really like the shape of this one. It seems like more like heart leaves. It's really cute. Yeah, I think that's all I want to paint. So I have that base color. And then I think the rest, I'm gonna also, okay, let's do a base color of magenta for the pink squash as well. I feel like that would work. And then we can see how the gouache interacts with this pink paper that I have. And this gouache dries super fast, so I'll like put it on my palette. I'll be using it and I'll go back 30 seconds and it'll be dried up. And I'm like, I needed that color. What the heck? And while I'm doing this, I'm like looking up on my computer at my reference. So I definitely recommend having your references out so you can refer back to them. So yeah, with this first layer of painting, I'm kind of just like blocking out those shapes even more clearly and solidifying what I see. I think I'm gonna send it into a time lapse so you guys can just see me paint these out real quick. And yeah, I'll see you after the base is done. So here's some like small sketches I also did with that whole reanimator idea. So yeah, it's a quick sneak peek into what I want to do. So okay, now I'm preparing for like the general paint over. I don't think I'm looking to do anything like super finished and polished. I'm feeling a general like bias towards that cat. I think that cat is super cute, so I might kind of take that one more to completion. But I don't know. I don't want this to be a super completed piece. Like I've said before, I kind of use my sketchbooks more for just general sketching. I mean, I'm definitely making this prettier for like the video's sake. I've been really meaning to do some gouache painting recently, and I want to experiment with gouache painting. So we'll just see where we can take it. No pressure. I feel like I'm kind of avoiding starting, but I'm actually like super excited about painting these. So let's get into it. Let's start with the Mycans. I feel like that'd be an easy start because it's simple, it's small, and we'll get started that way. But yeah, I think looking at my reference image, this particular leaf has like this beautiful pale orange at the top. So I think I'm gonna mix that orange real quick since I already have the magenta and the yellow. Just need a bit of white. I might dull it out with a bit of blue since orange and blue are complementaries, but I know I kind of like this pinky orange I'm getting, so let's just go in. I definitely like to start with like the lighter colors first with gouache and kind of build up from there. And generally I think I do that with acrylics as well. This actually might be too pink. I do think with this acrylic gouache, I have used a bit of like regular gouache, but acrylic gouache is a bit more forgiving if you have like if you like make a mistake with which color and like you need to go a bit lighter. But I generally just want to like go and like not have to worry about that. There also is like this pale seam, this pale seam of like light green. So I'm going to get some blue. It definitely needs to be more yellowy, a more yellowy green, like a lime green. Also, it's probably not good to mix with your brush. I have a bad habit of doing it. It's better to use like a palette knife, but I have a bad... Also, I need to switch to a smaller brush. I have like this Cotman kind of like mini like watercolor brush from Winsor & Newton that I've had for years. And I've like take care of it so well that it's like lasts for so long. Yeah, there's just like this seam going down. I kind of want to capture. I should not have had caffeine while I'm filming. My hands are a bit shaky, but I'm also addicted. I definitely need to make it more yellowy and kind of more of a gradient to like go out to that orange color. But yeah, and then there's these veins that go out to the side. And as I'm painting these, since I'm using this as like a study for future pieces, I'm kind of like making notes of what I like about certain plants and like how they work formally and structurally. And I might actually like physically write out notes on the sides, things that give me ideas for future pieces or just general things that I like to point out or to remember if I draw this certain species again. But yeah, most of my gouache process so far is just like building up that color. And since I do have more like an acrylic painting background, I kind of like to work in like patches. But yeah, I think I'm gonna switch back to a time lapse because I am running out of things to say. But yeah, this is generally how I start out. So I'm just gonna paint out this leaf real quick, see how I feel, maybe get in those background leaves, but this shouldn't take too long. It's basically a dark green and then tinges of orange and a gradient, so.
Dude, that's actually like, I have a good idea.
What is this?
Oh yeah. Gracilis.
Hello. It's like little stars. Makes it smell like chocolate.
Magic. I don't know.
Magic of the Hoya.
Probably to attract pollinators, but I don't know.
Oh, true. Okay, so this got pretty dark and I painted over most of those veins because I realized they were not how I wanted them to be, and they're actually a little bit darker than I thought they were. So I'm gonna go back in and get those veins. Let's see if I can get a bit closer. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna leave that one, but I think we should move on to the neon pothos because I'm really excited about that one. And it's quite big, so let's shift things around. Okay, this definitely, I want to keep a lot of that bright yellow in it because neon pothos, like, they're like super bright yellow. So I'm gonna go back to time lapse and I'll see how far I can get with it and then catch up with you guys once it's done. Also, I think I'm gonna clean out my paint water as well. It's getting quite dark and I don't want like that muddiness to affect the vibrancy of what I want to go for with this neon pothos. So always make sure to clean out your paint water regularly and you'll have a more vibrant look to your paints and it won't get as muddy. Also guys, check out like this whole lighting setup that I got going on. It's just been such a cloudy day, so I'm like, I need more light. But yeah, here's the workspace. Crazy. What is this?
The Crimson Queen. That leaf will probably last the least amount of time of all of them. That happens with variegated plants. The whiter, the shorter the life.
Like a mutant.
Like a mute. Yeah.
Okay, so I definitely got more done with the neon pothos, and I did more on the Mykian, but I'm kind of giving up on this one. I think it's a bit of a fail. I might try and get that detail in again, but I kind of just want to forget about it. But yeah, I really like how this is turning out. I definitely want to clean up the edges, but I think it's like pretty much done. I like the energy that it has, and I kind of don't want to kill that. And since it's in my sketchbook, I don't mind it being less unfinished and not as rendered out. So I think I'm gonna do the pot real quick. I have this idea of putting a little cat on it, so let's do that. And then I think I want to move on to the other page. I think I actually want to move on to the pink splash. So yeah, let's do that. I really love Megan Wang's work, all her cat stuff, because so this is definitely going to be inspired by that. So I think I want to do like a black kind of like tuxedo kitten sort of thing. So I'm going to sketch on top real quick again so I can kind of map it out more, because I kind of have like a weird looking face going on. But yeah, I'm going to map out more of the pot as well. Kind of want to make it yeah. And then the cat, let's see. I might sketch it out real quick here. I don't mind it not going with the rest of everything else since I'm just like learning, but definitely want it to be like more simplified. Maybe I think I have to make the ears bigger. The muzzle. And then the eyes. The eye placement is what always gets me with cats. I have to, okay, I'm looking at some cats right now. Let's see. Maybe if I like accentuate it more, make it wider. Should we add some whiskers? I don't know. I also see a cat with an interesting design like this. That could be cute, but I feel like I need to simplify it more if it'd be like a mug design. Let's see. I'm going in. Maybe if I make, like in the sketch, let's make the like cheeks bigger. Make the eyes more like, for lack of a better word, like cat eye shaped. What if we just did like some whiskers like that? I don't know, let's see, let's test it out. I think I might like paint it like a pink. Maybe make the vase kind of more of like a blue, and then make the cat kind of like a pink. Or maybe just go with like a dark purple or something like that. Okay. So I'm getting my magenta. I already have some white on my palette. Oh, actually getting my blue. Sorry, what am I talking about? Getting the blue, and I already have some of that white. Let's just go around it real quick. I think it also would have been interesting if I kind of made it so the cat's face would be in a different perspective, but I've already committed, so it's all good. It'd be cool for like a future idea. This spread is definitely taking longer than I thought. I wasn't originally planning on like painting each one of them, but I really want to practice my gouache skills, so I feel like this is a good way of doing that. So we got that blue in. I might lighten it up a bit because I don't want it to compete too much value-wise with the plant. Blue and this white. So I'm gonna see if I can kind of layer it on top and kind of get like an alla prima look or something. Maybe kind of leave it darker at the base to show more like form and have more like color variation. But the funny thing is, me and my boyfriend are both allergic to cats, so we can't even like dream about having one really, unless we get some like heavy duty allergy medicines or like vaccines. So I don't know. And we're both used to dogs so much, so I don't know if I could handle getting a cat. Yeah, I kind of like how the base looks. It's cool. Okay, and then now for the cat. And I was talking about kind of like a deep purplish, so I'm gonna take some of this blue, and I have a bit of a magenta, kind of just mix that up. And I don't mind if it like bleeds into the pot. I feel like that actually be good. I should probably get a new brush when I'm doing like larger swatches, because I don't know if you can tell, but the leaves kind of look kind of scratchy on the edges. And I encountered that issue a lot in acrylic painting, because I would kind of just like heavily use my brushes pretty roughly, because I like to get really energetic and really like intense with how I apply paint on like canvas. So it'd be beneficial to invest in some new brushes, but for now I'll stay with these. I actually really like this like blue cat look. It's fun. It could definitely like become like a sticker design. I've been like really interested in printing my own stickers and selling them, or making like a Patreon tier, so definitely will be making note of that. So like as I'm working, like all these new ideas come up, and all these like possible either like product designs or like illustration pieces come to mind. And I feel like that's really like a great way to use a sketchbook, kind of just like either like idly drawing or painting, or actually I think I painted this weird. What if we just do that? Yeah. Looks funny. But yeah, I like this process of like studying the plants and just kind of having fun with it. Kind of leads to like other ideas for myself. So it's a very beneficial practice to do this in your sketchbook if you're interested, but also like you don't have to do whatever you want. But for me, it works really well. That actually looks like really cute. I actually really like that. I like the yellow a lot. I might turn it into a light blue. Maybe, okay, we make this area the light blue and then leave the eyes yellow. Yes, yeah, I like that idea. See, I didn't even think about putting a cat on this pot until I was like drawing the other cats. Yeah, I think that's really cute. Maybe we could add whiskers. I'm afraid it would blend too much into the pot. So what if we did like, I don't know. I think I'll leave that to the end if I'm doing like finishing touches or want to add it. It also kind of looks dog-like, which I like. I like that kind of ambiguous creature, either canine or feline. So I like it. Cool. So I think I'm gonna leave Pathos to itself. I definitely want to like go back with colored pencil and see what I can do and what I can clean up. But yeah, I like how that one turned out. We can forget about the mican, but yeah, let's move on to the pink splash. I went through some like old brushes and I think I found some possible like temporary like substitutions to having like cleaner paint application, because I'm kind of like looking more at this pothos and it's a bit scratchy on the edges because of the brush that I use is older and it's kind of frayed. So I'm gonna try these out on the pink splash and we'll see how it works. So yeah, I really like how this like whole thing is turning out. It's definitely been a learning curve with the gouache. I'm like getting towards the end, but I just want to remind you guys, like, you can use your sketchbook however you want. I'm just using it to do these gouache studies, and I typically don't go this in depth in my sketchbook. I usually do digital studies instead, but specifically I wanted to practice my gouache skill. Yeah, normally things don't look this nice in my sketchbook. I wanted to make something nice for the video so you have something interesting to look at, but I'll put some b-roll footage as I'm like saying this, but typically my sketchbook pages are a lot less organized, so I just want to remind you guys, not everything is this like pretty looking or put together, so don't feel bad about your own. This is all for your guys' own entertainment, and I wanted you guys to have something like cool to look at, so yeah. So I really like the beginnings of the pink splash, so I really want to try and keep some of that pink in the painting, kind of let it come through under what I plan on doing. I'm definitely going to get some darks in there, like some dark greens to bring out the contrast, but I really like how this one is going. And I'm definitely trying to keep things cleaner. I'm using a different brush, and I find that that's helping to keep my shapes and my strokes cleaner. I was struggling a lot with scratchiness with the pothos, the neon pothos, so hopefully it just continues to act like that. And it's definitely getting like later in the day. I didn't expect this to take so long. It's definitely taking long because I'm trying to get like different shots and stuff, but really taking my time with this one. I usually don't spend this long on sketchbook things, but I really wanted to get some practice in with gouache because I really want to do like a gouache painting. So yeah, let's get those darks in. I really love like the squiggly bits showing the dimension of the dimension of the leaf and showing that they're not exactly flat. I know, it's fun to paint. In the reference image, there's like this really cute curl on this plant, so I'm gonna try and capture it. Don't mess up, don't mess up, don't mess up. I'm not worried about it. Let's go. Yeah. Just does that little curl, and a lot of the leaves are like that. There's like these leaves in the back that kind of swoosh as well. Oh, I love that. I'm really enjoying this. I'm really having fun with this. I've never really like took the time to study plants like this, so it's really cool, and I'm learning a ton. I feel like I want to make some notes on the side, especially with like switching out brushes. I feel like that was like immensely helpful. Everything is like so much smoother. Pink splash is done, I think. I might go in there with colored pencil towards the end and kind of like do some things and sharpen it up, but I really like it. It's definitely more finished than the neon pothos, but it technically has a more finished look because of the different brush that I used. I used something that was a little less frayed, so I definitely need to invest in like a better brush for gouache when I do like a final piece, but I don't know, it's a good start, it's a good substitute, so I don't know what I want to move on to next. It's either the cat or the Herbert West one, so I think I'm gonna do the cat, because the Herbert West one is a little bit more conceptual. It's taking a lot of different reference images and mashing them together, and it is getting later for me in the day, so I want to make sure I'm putting enough energy into these and I'm learning and not just painting and going through the motions. So we're gonna do the cat. It'll be fun. I'm excited. And then yeah, we're almost done. I'm honestly kind of scared to like start painting it. I really love how the face looks, but I'm gonna do it. not supposed to be scared. This is just my sketchbook. I'm just supposed to be chilling, and I'm just trying to learn how to use this gouache. So yeah, we're gonna go for it. Hey guys, voice recording Shay here. I was like kind of feeling a bit tired and was kind of running out of things to talk about while I was painting this. And also I just really wanted to focus on like what I was doing and the decisions I was making with the painting. But yeah, honestly, I just wanted to say a huge thank you to everyone who has been supporting my work, supporting my channel so far. I've grown like so much faster than I thought like I'd ever would, and it's really crazy. I think I'm like coming up on like 10,000 subscribers already, which I just want to say a huge thank you to all of you guys for getting me here. I couldn't have done it without your support, and this whole journey that I'm going on trying to make like art content creation and art my like actual career is honestly very daunting and kind of scary, because like you never know what's gonna happen or if it's actually gonna work out. But your guys' support, your guys' super nice comments, your interest in like purchasing my work or like purchasing stickers that I might make, it's super encouraging and it's super heartwarming, and it makes me really excited for where this channel is going to go and where my art is going to go. So I just want to say a big thank you to all of that. And yeah, also painting cats, I need a lot more practice with it. I obviously like, I love the way cats look, and I want to incorporate cats more in like works, especially with like these plants. I think it looks really nice together, especially with this like orange cat paired with the green plants. But I really don't know how to draw cats, I don't think. I used to draw cats all the time in like elementary school when I was like super into warrior cats. Like I would definitely draw like Fireheart, Blue Star, all those guys, and I've kind of lost my touch. I guess it's kind of like a language, like you don't practice it or you don't use it, you lose it. So definitely need to study more cats. So if you guys have any like fun ideas with like drawing cats, or have some tips about drawing cats yourself, I would love to hear it in the comments. I think I like how the cat turned out. I'm not totally sure. I may rework that paw, but I was kind of like struggling with trying to get like a pattern in for stripes. I think I may revisit that ear, but it's definitely cute. Like I really like the colors. I really like how soft it is compared to the like the darkness or like the more contrasting plants. But I just wanted to leave it there and give my eye a rest from it and work on the next component. Nice clean palette, and ready to do the last one. And for this one, I was thinking about doing like the whole reanimator thing and like the green in the bottle. So it's gonna be interesting trying to figure out how to paint glass with gouache. I don't think I've ever done that, so it'll be a cool practice. Who knows how well it'll turn out, we'll see, but I have some references, so hopefully that'll help me out. I really want to capture that like glowing look of the reagent juice, so let's see what we can do. I think I want to start off with the actual leaves, just get those in real quick. This plant is being propagated, I think, and he went through a lot. If I remember from what my boyfriend told me. So let's hope this kind of, I'll show it to the plant and inspire it to grow and to survive. But that's what kind of reminded me of like Reanimator, because it's literally trying to like revive this plant and have a new life. So for the last and final painting, I think I painted it, like I waited till the morning to do like the more like intense part of it, because I was really trying to nail that glass. That glass definitely was a challenge, but I had a lot of fun painting it, and I just think the concept is really fun. I recently watched Reanimator for like the first time like last month, and I really enjoyed it. I'd love to create like actual like fan art of the characters like Herbert and Dan. So hopefully that'll be on the list for my next like sketchbook spread or something like that. But yeah, just messing around with like this glowing green liquid was super fun, and trying to make it look believable through gouache it really was a challenge, but I think I learned a lot, and the things that I learned can be like applicable to like my future work and future paintings that contain glass and like more glowing things. So that's why I think doing like these small practices in your sketchbook is super important, because it's kind of like doing like training or warm up for like a big game, as in like a painting or like a final drawing. So, and just having like the low expectations and like low pressure on yourself to just explore and make mistakes in your sketchbook, I think is very important. And I like spoke about all of this in the sketchbook tips video, but it's just always good to remind yourself. I always like to remind myself, because I caught myself being afraid of making mistakes throughout the creation of this video, but I was like, hey, this is my sketchbook. I can do what I want, and it like ultimately it's gonna serve me and my goals with my artwork, and I think that's amazing and great, and that's why I love to use my sketchbook. Yeah, I think I'm done with the painting part, so I think I'm just going to get some of my colored pencils out and do a little bit of details where I see fit, and yeah, then we'll be done. And again, I'm using the Prismacolor color pencil. This color is True Blue, and I think I want to add some details on the pot. So I mainly use the color pencils I use the color pencils in a way to kind of like clean things up or add in some small details that I can't get with the brush, since a lot of my brushes aren't that small. And also add like another textural aspect, because you get like the grain of the paper with the color pencil.
So many orange. Oh my gosh. The syringe.
Yeah.
Because it's Herbert.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's my Herbert West. What are you juicing him with?
The reagent.
Yeah, he needs it actually, because that's all that's left of
dying.
him. In that movie, they do inject it into the guy's head. This is decapitation at its finest. The pink splash, and use the pink paper. This one is successful in color and line. My glasses. Actually, Synconium pink. I knew you were gonna pick the pink one. Oh, this orange is so cute. You did the oranges in this sketchbook or a different one? The ones that were next. Yeah. It's big blue eyes. Those oranges are so cute.
And then for this one, I did like some practice ones.
Oh yeah. And lemon. I didn't realize you put the cat on that. You sent me a picture. You did a teaser trailer of it, and I didn't even know.
And then this, I tried to paint the Mikins.
Yeah, I could tell.
It was not successful.
Oh, I can see where you're going.
It's the first one. I was like, bro, just warm up.
Just warm up. I love this, and I like how the mug looks too, with like bits of pink in it.
Cool. Yeah.
Yes.
It ain't much. That's honest work.
I feel like I could have also predicted like this myself, because I knew you were gonna do the pink splash, but then you had told me when we went to the nurseries that you're liking pothos, and that's my neon pothos on the shelf. And then Herbie, that feels special to me because he's on his last legs, but he still deserves a painting like this.
Yeah. It's just like a practice. Like this isn't like it's just an idea. Like I can take it further, but
And this Firestar fan art that snuck into the page. I'm glad he's there. They're so cute.
So since everything is done, I wrote down some notes of like things I wanted to remember that I learned and for like future reference and like future pieces. Also, this video is like already long enough, so I'll try to keep it short and sweet, but I hope my own critique of my work really helps you like critique your own work and see how you can implement a more critical eye to like improve your artwork. So first, I think I need to like remember that having like a good reference leads to like a better outcome, because I think with the Micans, it was quite a fail because the original picture is like really flat and I was trying to get dimension in it and I was just not getting it. Also because it was just like the first one. It was like the warm-up one. So also being aware of colors getting too muddy and like layering it around and like blending too much, I think that also was an issue. Better brushes. I faced a lot of scratchiness with the pothos, and then I used a different brush that wasn't as like frayed, and I got better results with the pink splash, so that's also a great thing to remember. I also definitely want to do more reanimator style work or like inspired work. I think it's really fun, and like the green juice was super fun too. Yeah, and doing like actual like portraits of the characters I think would be really interesting, and trying to figure out how to capture them in my own style. This page really helped me like get back into like using gouache and figuring out how to layer gouache. This paper really isn't that good for gouache, but I feel like I was still able to get a hold of the medium and really understand it better, so that was super helpful. But it also made me really want to try other brands, so I think this might lead to more experimentation in my sketchbook with gouache. This page also made me start thinking of like sticker ideas. Like I think this cat would be really cute, or like this pot. Ultimately, I think I'm proud of this page. I'm like proud of myself, like not just painting what I see in the reference, but like kind of exaggerating things more and changing things, stylizing things in a different way rather than just painting what I see, which is like one of my big goals for my art this year. This sketchbook spread really helped me get farther in my like goals as an artist, and I think that's mainly why I wanted to like show this whole process in this whole video, is like how I'm using my sketchbook in action, in like reality, to get further in my goals as an artist and what I want to use in my work. Also, like learning these plants and like learning how they work, like the repetition of them and their design really makes me excited to incorporate them more in like future pieces and more plant motifs, because I feel like when I like add in like plant elements into like paintings, it always ends up being like some generic leaf, but I feel like this will really add some variety and make me a lot more knowledgeable about what I'm doing, reaching my own art goals. So yeah, it was fun, it was super exciting, and I can't wait to do more. So there's the example sketch page. I hope you guys had fun drawing along with me or just watching in general. I hope you guys found helpful tips seeing my process in action and how I use tips that I mentioned in the other video, in the sketchbook tips video. I really enjoyed drawing and painting. I don't get to paint that often these days, so I really enjoyed drawing and painting these plants. I look forward to getting my own plants sometime in the next couple weeks for my desk. Like and subscribe if you're interested in seeing more videos. You can follow me on Instagram too for more sketchbook content. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and happy drawing, happy sketchbooking. See you guys.